Okay, hello everybody. Thank you for joining the webinar today. Microsoft Teams Direct Routing, Patton Electronics, and VoIP Supply. Appreciate everybody coming in today.
Okay, so I'd like to thank you, Darren. Thank you, Haley of VoIP Supply for hosting us today. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to all the attendees for joining us on this MS Teams webinar. My name is Johnny Grant. I am one of Patton's product line managers. I'm joined here today with Martin Sposel, who's our VP of International Development. What we're going to be going over today is VoIP Supply is going to do a bit of an introduction on themselves. We'll do an introduction or a brief on Patton Electronics, direct routing with we'll cover direct routing with Microsoft Teams, a session border controller, product line overview. We'll cover some of the applications that you're going to do with MS Teams. Give you a brief glimpse into Patton's Cloud because it becomes a very powerful tool with MS Teams and really provisioning and license distribution. We're going to cover some MS Teams SBCs features and benefits, and that's really the Trinity operating system that runs on our smart nodes. Give you all some information on how to order MS Team licenses product, and then we'll follow up if we've got the time to do so.
Okay. Yeah, so during the webinar, please use the Q&A feature located in the bottom right corner of the screen. We will answer any of the questions at the end of the presentation. Just to give you a little background about VoIP Supply and what we do. Some reseller benefits for you. VoIP rental program, our devices service rental program gives the customers widest variety of VoIP products for a low monthly payment. Our hardware and provisioning is very large within our company, featuring over 60 manufacturers that offer over 16,000 products, and the ability to provision, fulfill, do inserts, collateral, all of that for you. CloudSpan Marketplace, a single place to shop for various VoIP service providers. You can build up your monthly recurring revenue and receive discounts on hardware selling through VoIP Supply. Also, we have some nice spiff programs with our monthly recurring revenue as well as part of Marketplace. Fulfillment, provisioning and professional services from multiple warehouse locations in North America, providing real-time access to manage your projects from order through delivery. And then also our refresh and reclaim. So we offer certified reconditioned devices at a fraction of the cost, plus for an outlet for selling off some used and excess VoIP equipment. So we've been in business since 2002. Been around for a while. Patton is one of our biggest manufacturers we work with, a great partner, and really excited about this webinar today.
Awesome, thanks, Darren.
You're welcome.
All right, so brief as you can get for a company that's been around for 35 years. Patton has been manufacturing and designing data and telecom equipment for, well, over 35 years, starting off in Bert and Bobby Patton's basement, building really little PC adapters, DB25 PC adapters. It's grown into a multinational company with 6 primary brands. The first being our Connect IT, which is really what started us. That is legacy serial industrial connectivity devices such as interface converters, short-range modems, surge protectors, little devices like that. We also have a brand called CopperLink, and this is really Ethernet over copper devices. So that includes devices, vendors, PoE boosters, injectors, devices such as that. We have a component, or we brought on a company, Fiberplex. We acquired them about now 3 years ago. That's probably our fastest growing product line as far as product breadth. Fiberplex is original. Really, the base products of Fiberplex were very much like the base products of Connect IT, except for the focus being that they take any legacy serial interface, which includes things like POTS, ISDN, T1E1, BRI, along with all the various different serial standards, and passes them over fiber. That's one of the core component differences between the Fiberplex and the Connect IT product line. There's also 3 other segments of that particular brand. There's the audio video over fiber. There is the Ethernet switches. There are a lot of Ethernet switches. We're just kind of blowing out that product line now. PoE, ultra high power, 90 watt PoE switches, managed, unmanaged, more for the industrial applications. So we're talking harsh temp type of things. And the newest component being the, which is kind of a combination of why we did the Ethernet switches we did, is our newest product, the FPX 6000, which is a Dante audio video over IP gateway. If you haven't seen that yet, it's well worth a look. I think it's going to be very hot in the UC space. The other brands, I kind of put these together at any given time. It's Onsite and Forefront. That's really the carrier infrastructure products, the non-VoIP carrier infrastructure type products. And then, of course, what really brings us here today is our Smart Node product line, which is all about voice over IP. So what I'm going to do now is hand this over to Martin Fosel, who will go over the various different applications and nuances of MS Teams.
Very good, Johnny. Thank you very much for the introduction. And I will start with this page, which is a general overview what the Microsoft Direct Routing is and what is the place of the SBC in the network. So the direct routing is a feature enabling ESBC to be connected to Microsoft Teams. And while the ESBC is the demarcation point between Microsoft phone system and the other telephony voice services, phone systems, IP PBXs, call centers, three-party voice application, etc. So as Johnny mentioned, we have been in the voice over IP business since around 2000.
Yeah, it's doing
okay, sorry, that's some technical issue here. So we have been in the voice over IP business since around 2000, and in early stage when Microsoft entered to the voice business through the Office Communicator and then through the Link server. In very early stage, we entered in cooperation with Microsoft. We got our Smart Node Gateway certification done with OCS and with a Link. Then we went to the Sky for Business. We done the certification of the basic gateway and enhanced gateway certification and ESBC certification. If you are a little bit familiar with the process, how the Microsoft done the certification in the past, Sky for Business was sort of difficult to get from the Microsoft directly. We have done it with a third party, which was completely approved, but it was not directly certified by Microsoft itself. On the other side, with the Microsoft Teams, is different story. Currently, we have the range of products certified with Microsoft Teams. The certification was done and approved directly with Microsoft. So we are listed as the approved ESBC on the Microsoft website. We have done the basic gateway certification, enhanced gateway certification, and ESBC. And as you will learn during the presentation, that's not the end. We are going to have other products certified with the teams also. Okay. So here is the ESBC portfolio offered by Patton. I will not go into the details because this will be by the end of our presentation. Johnny will give you the details about particle model numbers. This is this picture can be, or this table can be a little bit overwhelming because it's really showing the entire portfolio of what we have. What I would like to show those columns with the purple Teams logo. Those products are certified with Microsoft. Those columns with the gray logos. The interoperability with Teams was proven, tested, but it's not certified because there is a missing feature which is related to the transcoding. Just to give you some idea how transcoding is important or it's not important. So the entire certification means to go through about 250 tests with the Microsoft Teams that are usually tests of the use cases. The transcoding are related to 2 of them, so it's 1% of the use cases where the SBC is certified. So this is the overall picture on this slide. You can see the overall picture how Patton Smart Node ESBC or gateway fits into the system. So it's basically interconnecting on the left side. It's interconnecting the Teams enterprise network, while on the right side is the connection to the Microsoft phone system, and through the Microsoft phone system to the other Teams users, and also to the PSTN. If you can see the SIP trunk, in the middle of the picture, the SIP trunk can be also the legacy trunk, so it can be also PRI, or it can be BRI, or it can be analog clients that can be connected to the system through Patton Gateway. On the left side, you can see the bunch of the equipments that can be connected. It's IP PBXs, it's a legacy PBXs, it's SIP phones, but it can be more devices which can or does not necessarily need to be certified with Teams. So the Patton Smart Node Gateway here is demarcation between the Microsoft system and the telephony system of the enterprise. So I'm coming to the first use case, which is basically all IP direct routing, where there is no legacy system or no legacy equipment or legacy telephony equipment connected. So again, you can see the IP PBXs, IP phones on one side, and the SIP trunk and the Microsoft phone system on the right side. So in this case, the ESBC provides the SIP normalization, the SIP security. It is first to say that the communication is secure. It's defined by using the SRTP and TLS. It connects the SIP trunks. It allows the on-premise IPPBX integration, and it allows also, or it provides also the call quality monitoring and alerting. I would like to spend a little or a few more sentences about the last point, the call quality monitoring and alerting. This is provided through as a service through the Patton Cloud. It is necessary to say that Patton Cloud is not needed for having the Microsoft Direct routing through Patton ESBC, but Patton Cloud, as you will see in next few slides, will bring additional features and additional value to the system. The next use case is non-media bypass use case, and in this case here it's called as a hybrid direct routing, when which allows to integrate not only the IP endpoints and IP devices, but it also allows to integrate, as I mentioned on the 2 slides back, as I mentioned, also the legacy devices. In this case, it's legacy PBX. It could be also legacy phones. So it allows to do integration, the hybrid integration, and similarly as in the previous use case, it brings the SIP security, SIP normalization, and call quality monitoring alerting. That's again the feature of the Patton Cloud. The other non-media bypass use case is the use case of survivability. You know that, or you can imagine that survivability in especially with in the IP world is really something which is required. And in this case, we can provide the PSTN failover. We can also provide a priority call service for emergencies, which is done through the routing table in the smart node SBC. And we also through the SIP registrar, we can also provide the station-to-station calling, which is of course very important for the survivability of the system. The Patton Cloud again allows to some additional feature. In this case, it's alerting. So basically, if you use the Patton Cloud, so the person who is responsible for the maintenance of the system is getting the alert that something is wrong and that it's needed to be to do some maintenance on the system. So now I'm coming to the centralized ESBC or centralized SBC. This is this is using of our virtual smart node, virtual SBC. And if you remember a few slides back, I showed you this table, what products are certified, what products are proven to work, but that are not certified. Virtual smart node, and you can see here the gray logo that it's not purple but gray. The product is not certified, but it's proven to work, and it's and again the certification or non-certification is related to the transcoding. Nothing else than just the transcoding. What is missing. So the virtual smart node allows to connect to connect several on the several instances, to connect several customers. So it's optimum for example for the tier 2 service provider who can provide a connectivity through either a single or multiple SIP trunk to the multiple customer. Each customer in this case has his own instance of the virtual SBC. So it's ideal for hosted service providers. The service provider, or basically it doesn't require any hardware on customer premise. It's a scalable solution in Microsoft Azure Cloud. It supports, of course, the direct routing. It allows the SIP trunking integration. It allows the SIP normalization, interoperability, and it provides the secure VoIP using to enterprise. It's maybe worth to say that we have this transcoding on the virtual platform on our roadmap, and on our roadmap we have also the multi-tenants functionality, which allows to use one instance for multiple customers. I mentioned several times Patton Cloud, and Patton Cloud is, and I mention it, although I repeat, for having the SBC as a connector for direct routing. You don't have to have the Patton Cloud. It's optional. It's additional, and it's additional, let's say, tool, and it brings additional value to your installation and to your services. So here is an overview what Patton Cloud is providing. Obviously, firstly, it's management, and it's management related to the software licenses, to alarming, notification, customer premise equipment supervision, configuration management, and all of the functions related to the management. But it also provides much more. It also provides the additional services, allowing basically remote configuration, remote troubleshooting. If there is an issue on the customer premise, you can easily get full access to the device of the customer. It also provides the warranty management and configuration adaptation. We develop the zero-touch provisioning. It's for smooth deployment of not only SBCs but also the gateways and other devices. It allows the zero-touch provisioning. The Patton Cloud allows the zero-touch provisioning. It's enable or make easy installations through the cloud wizards, and install progress monitoring, which is obvious functionality related to zero-touch provisioning. Besides that, the Patton Cloud allows the integration with OSS BSS systems, business process integration, and more efficiency and less problems. So I think that on this picture, as a matter of fact, some important stuff is missing, and it's monitoring the quality control and quality monitoring. We provides the MOS scoring for the system. So here is an overview of functionality of the Patton Cloud. I will not go through the details. I think that those details are actually available on our website, and I think that if I go really line by line, that would be again overwhelming. But what I would like to show here is that we have 4 plans for Patton Cloud. So it's you as a customer, if you decide for using Patton Cloud, you can select from basic, standard, advanced, and professional plan. Of course, the plan has, besides the various functionality, the difference is in the managed devices included to the plan, but you can extend the number of devices by having the additional license for or adding the additional devices. It's of course against the fee. And besides that, we provide the 90 days free trial, so which is the professional, which is basically equivalent of the professional plan. I think that we limit the number of devices to 5, so it's not really 500 in this initial free trial period. This 90 days, it's 5, but otherwise it's a complete functionality that you are getting from with this trial version. So the new really cool feature of the Patton Cloud is LAN device discovery and management. So when we introduced Patton Cloud, the feedback from the customer was that it's great, but what about the other devices in the network? So after some time, our engineers put together some concept for adding the other devices to Patton Cloud, and they came with the feature, which is new feature now, which is LAN device discovery and management. So basically, how it works that once you switch on this functionality, the device, and it can be any device, any Patton device, start to scan the network and basically do the mapping of the network. So collecting the IP addresses and MAC addresses and other information, and it brings this information to the console of the maintenance engineer or service engineer. So now, for example, here you can see that there could be also other devices than devices related to the IP telephony. So it can be Wi-Fi access point, it could be printer, it could be IPPBX, or it could be SIP phones, right? Or something else, right? It can be more. So in this case, the device discover the SNOME and SNOME phones, and if the service engineer would like to see or configure, he or she can bring the GUI of the SNOME phone to his or her console and basically do the configuration through the Patton device and through the Patton Cloud. So the console, the SNOME GUI show up on the console through the Patton Cloud and through the Patton device. Besides the configuration, it allows also to do to bring some alerts. So in this case, for example, if there is no access to Wi-Fi access point, so then the service engineer again gets the alert that something is wrong, that the connection to the Wi-Fi access point is lost. So here's the complete overview of the functionality which is brought by ESBC. So besides the direct routing, and I think that I didn't say it, and hopefully John will say it after in his part, that our ESBC are also providing the legacy connectivity. So we have besides the IP to IP, we also have, or our device is equipped by BRI ports, by E1T1 ports, and FXS FXO ports. In the terms of the FXS, we extended the reach of FXS up to 10 kilometers, which is as a matter of fact, pretty unique functionality on the market. With the gateways, there are not really too many, if any, gateway that can support up to 10 kilometers long reach. 10 kilometers is about 6.2 miles. And we support all of the stuff like message waiting indicator, advance of charge, TACAX, TR69, etc. The device allows, I mentioned it, allows the integration of non-certified devices. So it's another benefit that you can get by using the Patton SBC. You can integrate other devices than those devices that they are certified with as MS Teams. We have, as I will show on the next slide, we have extensive SIP interoperability partnership with IP-PBX vendors, with IP phone vendors, with soft switch, etc. I mentioned zero-touch provisioning. I think that it's a really good feature allowing the smooth deployment of devices. We can provide assistance and consultancy and basically develop the tailored solution for the service provider, tailored solution for their needs, because zero-touch provisioning is a pretty generic term, but there can be some differences between deployments by different service providers. The devices, and not only SBCs, but other devices of Patton are cloud orchestrated or cloud orchestrated ready. So once again, you don't have to use the Patton Cloud for using our products, but it brings additional features. The floating software feature licensing is really a very strong reason for using Patton Cloud. John will explain the licensing for the MS Teams, and you will see the advantage why there is advantage in using the Patton Cloud together with the licensing server. It allows the remote troubleshooting, and it allows the call quality monitoring and many other features. With the Patton SBC, you also get the fully functional IP router supporting functionality as a GRE, BGP, IPv4, IPv6, so we can use it also for the conversion between IPv4 and IPv6. ACL, packet protocol-based routing, QoS management, and here it's worth to say that it's besides the typical support of upstream, we also support downstream. We were probably one of the first vendor providing the downstream QoS support, and of course support like DHCP server, client, etc. So here is I think it's my last slide, right? So my last slide shows the list of our interop partners, and as a matter of fact, it's not all of them. There are more. You can see the known vendors as a Cisco, BroadSoft, Metaswitch, Alcatel-Lucent, of course Microsoft, Unify, 3CX, Snom, but also the guys like Arnet that are probably not very known here, and the others. So all of those vendors can be we have the interoperability done, and all of those vendors can be also the products can be used with our devices. And now back to you, John.
All right, thanks, Martin. Appreciate it. All right, so On the screen right now is how we first started offering our MS Teams license or solution. Coincidentally, this is how the vast majority of our competitors do it as well. Originally, we start off by selling you a Teams bundle. What we ship you is the Teams activation license, the TLS license, the SRTP license. When I say ship, it's I believe it's email. You install those onto your unit and you're ready to go. So the positive to this is, you've got a single SKU to order. There's only one thing to keep track of. There's a lot of negatives though. If you're using the Patton Cloud, the cloud inventory, because when you're on the cloud, it's really cool. You can see all the various different licenses you have and where you've provisioned the different licenses to. It doesn't match. It doesn't say, you've got a Teams bundle. It says you've got the TLS license, the SRTP license. So it's not a one-to-one. Can cause confusion. When you go to reorder it, you have a customer, hey, I want to reorder it again. Well, you don't order the Teams bundle again. You have the Teams bundle because now you've got the Teams activation license. That doesn't go away, but you got to order more, say, TLS or SRTP licenses. So you're not ordering the same SKU. Can cause quite a bit of confusion there. One of the biggest drawbacks to this way of doing things is, when you're going in for this Teams, your intention is for a Teams application. So you get the proper amount of TLS and SRTP licenses to do your Teams application. You have the activation, and say you've got applications or you assign TLS and SRTP to something else, you'll find yourself shortchanged when you actually go and do your MS Teams bundle. So that's another danger to the way we had been doing things and the way our competitors are doing things. This is how we've done it now. It's really simplified things. What you order is a Teams multifunction license. So we still retain that pro of the single ordering SKU. Now it's all benefits, really. The cloud inventory will match what your orders means. You'll see a Teams multifunction license, so that everything is into that single Teams multifunction license. When you go and reorder that SKU, you order a Teams multifunction license. Once you know the SKU, you're good to go. Lastly, probably one of the biggest benefits is that multifunction license cannot be distributed to other devices. So you can't disassociate the SRTP and TLS from your original intent of using the MS Teams, which I think is a very big benefit moving forward. So what does that SKU look like? Very simple. We have simplified things. We've had about a year and a half to figure this out and simplify it the best we can. There are really two primary Teams multifunctional licenses here. One is a TSW-MST. That stands for Trinity Software Microsoft Teams. And that is a permanent, and it's a hardware-based license. So it's permanent device-based license for the full activation of the Teams direct routing, TLS, and the device-wide SRTP. So you got everything that you need to get up and running into the MS Teams environment. It is associated directly with the device you have purchased it for. Martin alluded to it a little bit earlier. There's another option. That's the cloud-based feature license, CBFL, for MS Teams. That's cloud-based. So it is device. You're going to put it on a device. But the really cool thing when you got the cloud is, say, I go to another device, or the customer chooses to get off MS Teams. Well, if you've done it on the hardware, you've already paid this upfront cost on this license that you may not use again. With the cloud base, you can now take that feature and stick it onto somebody else, another CP, another customer that's say they're going MS Teams. So it's subscription based. It's a year subscription, I believe. but it's super flexible in the fact that you can be able to pass it around to any CP. You can take it on and off constantly. So, once again, that's kind of a benefit of the cloud. The third SKU, because we only have 3 for MS Teams, is the service integration SKU. And that's for our professional services, in fact, up to 3 hours of our professional services to work on the MS Teams integration support. We looked at all those other vendors, so we work to be able to integrate, that system into the MS Teams environment with other folks' products. Really valuable asset there. This is found under the website as an MST, as an accessory to the MST licenses. So if you're on the Microsoft Teams, our homepage, and you see TSW-MST, you drop it down, you can see that accessory there. But it's definitely something to consider when setting it up. So how do we get this thing set up? Pretty simple. There are 3 basic things that we gotta need, that we gotta know. One, you gotta start with an SBC. That's a must. But as with all things with Patton, we make sure you get the best bang for your buck. So if you happen to have a Patton gateway, not an SBC, if it is Trinity based, you can upgrade it to an SBC, which you'll need to do if you're going to operate in the MS Teams. So that's the first step. The 1A step is we need the device to be running on our Trinity operating system 3.19.2 and beyond. So I would say that any devices that have been purchased from June of this year on already have 3.19.2 loaded. If you do not have 3.19.2 loaded, you just need to upgrade that to be able to get that MS Teams functionality. Second, this is really your call. You can apply either the cloud-based feature license or the hardware TSW hardware-based license. And third, the service integration, and that's for the Patton services. It is not. I will tell you that the MS Teams, with all that time we've spent, we have documented it like crazy. Done training videos on it, like I haven't really seen us do on some of our other products. So we do have a lot of information out there. So if you choose not to go with the Patton support team and getting connected, we've got some fantastic tools that you have access to. That includes wizards, video content, and that's 2 slides from now. But there's a good amount of content that I'll show a little bit later. This is another table that Martin had alluded to earlier. A little more, it's easier, but more specific to the job that we want to get done in regards to MS Teams. To the left are all the products that can operate with MS Teams. The top 2 groups, the transcoding ESBCs. Well, the transcoding ESBCs, those are fully certified. The non-transcoding all SBCs, those are fully interoperable, but they don't have the certification because they do not have the transcoding, which is 2 out of the 250 use cases. So you'll be able to put them into a Teams environment with no issues. So the bottom one, those are the gateways, and once again, those must get 1, put up to the SBC, upgraded to an SBC, and 2, be running 3.19.2 or higher. The column to the right is the number of concurrent Teams sessions that can be run. Middle is the number of transcoded calls in the cases where you are using transcoding. And the far right is covering the different telephony interfaces that we do. So the all IP, FSS, FXO, BRI, and I believe PRI. To summarize, once again, these are the 3 SKUs that you need to take home. This is all you got to do to be able to get up and running for the Patton Microsoft Teams Direct Routing certification. And lastly, very important slide, if you're really interested in MS Teams and you want to check out some information, we got a lot of information up on the webpage. That's the MS Teams general resource page. The MS Teams certification, so you can actually look at the certification. The MS Teams configuration guide. That configuration guide was approved by Microsoft, so they've already gone through it with a fine-tooth comb. And MS Team Wizard files, so you can see see what our support guys have put together in terms of configurations, and sometimes we get customer wizards up there as well. And the last two are I would encourage anybody, if you're trying to figure out, do I want support? Do I want to go ahead and pay for the support, or do I want to try and do this on my own? Check out the step-by-step videos. They're fantastic guide in understanding, provisioning the Patton SBCs for teams, and configuring TLS for teams. So very, very good resources out there for you. And I think with that, I think we're ready for our Q&A. Well, it looks like we might be over time, but I'll leave that in Darren's hands.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for the presentation, all the information. That was excellent. There are a couple questions. I'm just gonna read these and let me know if these you can answer these ones. So first one, how goes the license of Teams versus software license? It is, or I don't know if this is it separately? I don't know if, so it says, how goes the license of Teams VRS software license? It is separately. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. That's all I got on that one. Does that make sense?
Might help to see that one in writing. We might want to answer that.
I read it exactly how it's written, but we can send it to you separately, I guess. Is there any, I don't know if there's an option between, I don't know. That one's, it looks like almost like they're wondering if there's two separate licenses that they have to go with for Teams. Maybe if you just want to recap just
Sure.
What licenses they would need for Teams when they're setting it up.
Yeah, so I mean, there are not two separate licenses that you need for Teams. There's only one. You either do, or there are two options. The first option being the hardware, which is device specific, goes on the device and it stays on that device. Okay, that's the first option. That will take care of everything you need to do MS Teams. The second option is the cloud-based option, which, it goes onto a device, but you can take it off of the device and it goes back into a giant pool of MS Team licenses, or however many MS Team license pools you have. But to be able to get a single device up and running, say it's within the 100 concurrent, you're only buying one license, really.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully. If not, you can, I guess, respond to that reply in the chat if you want to keep going on that one while I read the second one. So the second one, how does the zero touch part work? Doesn't someone have to touch the box to plug it in and connect cables?
Yes, of course, from the physical connection, yes, it's necessary. But that's I believe that it's normal that simply if the box should be connected, it must be connected by somebody, right? So the zero touch here means that that nobody that the service provider or integrator doesn't have to send the person who would do the configuration on site. And it's not only about the configuration; it's about the entire process. Because in some cases, the customer or the service provider they can basically start with the connecting the device, and they don't want to provide immediately the service. for whatever reason. They either would like to do some tests firstly, or whatever the reason is, they just need to connect the box, and in some cases they don't even need to have the box switch on like a powered, right? So but of course the physical connection of the cables and then powering the box is necessary, but otherwise everything else can be done remotely, and more importantly also automatically. I hope that I answered the question.
Okay, great. And that was it. That's the 2 questions that we got so far.
Awesome. So, Darren, I guess that question winds up coming back, and I didn't answer it. My email is right here at the end of this slide, jgrant@patton.com. Have the person contact me directly, and I'd be happy to whittle out that answer for them.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. That sounds great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hosting this, both
Yeah, you're welcome.
Darren and Haley. I appreciate the effort, and I thank you for everybody attending, learning a bit more about something that's very near and dear to us that we've been working a long time to get.
Awesome. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Martin. Thank you for everybody for participating, and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.